you, if you've been watching my videos quite often, will know that recently I had to spend 24 hours in hospital with my son, who had a little bit of an emergency, and so we had to spend the night in hospital. Now, I uploaded that video, and I was just reading through the comments basically, and there was a really interesting comment on there. Oh. I thought I heard the door, but I didn't. Okay. So there was a really interesting comment on there. Someone basically said, and I'm paraphrasing here because I don't have the exact screenshot of the comment here, but they basically said, do you think that the reason that you were not asked to pay the bill up front, the hospital bill up front, is because you are a foreigner and you were given special privileges? And I thought that that was a really, really, really interesting point. So I thought I would make a video and discuss it here because, man, this is something that goes on here. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually currently living in Ghana at the moment. And in Ghana, there is this whole attitude of when you're from the West, that, you know, you have money or that you're given special privileges. You know, there's this whole Western privilege thing that goes on. It's kind of similar to white privilege, I guess, but it's the whole Western privilege thing that happens here. So in the video that I made, I basically said that, you know, I love the hospital, everything was great. They didn't ask me for a penny of the money. It was basically me that was chasing them, like, how much is my bill, how much is my bill, because I was worried about how much it would be and if I could actually afford it, because I had no idea what to expect. And so someone said, but do you think that it's because of your Western privilege that they didn't ask you for yourself? Had it been like more of a local Ghanaian person, do you think that they would have asked them to pay the bill up front? And I think I'm probably about 90% sure that they would not have asked for the money for the bill up front. I've spoken to the owners before in the past, and I didn't kind of like get that sort of perception from them at all. They really do actually care about the well-being of the patient. So I honestly, if someone told me that that had happened to them, I'd be very surprised, let's put it that way. But obviously, you know, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for somebody else. I can only speak for myself. That is what my perception of it has been. Again, maybe that is because I have foreigners' privilege and I'm unaware of certain things that are happening. I don't know. But this whole topic of foreigners' privilege, and I'm saying not foreigners, Westerners' privilege. I'm trying not to say foreigners' privilege because I'm not a foreigner, I'm a Ghanaian. So I'm saying Westerners' privilege because I spent most of my life in the West before coming back to Ghana. Okay, so this whole Westerners' privilege thing, do you know it is totally false? It really is, because a lot of people that I know that have come from the West or whatever, in fact, don't even have money. Let's just be real, they don't. And in all my years of being in Ghana, because I've been in Ghana, I can never remember, 7 or 8 years, whichever one, I don't know, 7 or 8, I think it's neither here nor there anymore. But anyway, in all the years I've been here, honestly, I can say, man, there are some rich Ghanaians out there. Like, seriously, these people, they have money. And a lot of people that you hear, oh, I don't have money, I don't have money. Now, look, those ones that say I don't have money, what they mean, or let me translate for you, what they mean when they say I don't have money is that they don't have money for the thing that you're asking them for, but they have money for other things. Like, when I was like trying to look for a school for my children, or when my children went to school, a lot of the Ghanaian parents that sent their children to school, they had no problem paying the fees. Pay. Meanwhile, me, I was sweating like, let me make sure I've got the money for next month. Like, let me, you know, like I was sweating trying to think, okay, I need to make sure that I make ends meet in order to, so that I can pay their bill, you know, at the end of the month. And a lot of these people just pay the bill. It was a breeze, you know. Oh, pay for this extra activity for this, and then like it was just so easy for them. I'm not saying it's like that for every Ghanaian, don't get me wrong. Yes, we know society has lots of different classes. There are those that are poor, there are those that are rich, there's a middle class, there's a working class. Yes, we have the same thing in all the other countries. The only difference from here is that we don't have a benefit system. So therefore, when you're poor, you're pretty much left to your own devices. There's no systems here in place to support you. Whereas in the UK, that system is there and it works. It works. You can just, tomorrow you can say, look, I'm going down to the council because I've got nowhere to live, and you'll somehow be sorted out. It may not be your exact ideal solution, but you won't be left on your own, you know. Whereas here, if it happens to you, you could end up sleeping on the street. You know, that is the difference, literally. So anyway, before I start digressing too much, because sometimes I can go off on a bit of a tangent, so let me just rein it back in again, okay? So from what I've seen, a lot of Ghanaians can actually afford things just outright. You just look at the housing market, for example, right? A lot of these property developers that do houses, they don't necessarily take mortgage payments you pay for 25 years. It's not like that at all. Some places will ask you 1, 2, 3, 6 months, finish paying your mortgage. Like, who does that? I can't even pay my whole year's rent in 6 months, let alone pay for a mortgage in 6 months. And you're telling me that Ghanaians don't have money. They do have money. They have money for the things that they feel that they want to spend that money on, not for what you necessarily think or what you're asking for. It doesn't work like that. Now, let me tell you about the West. The West, we don't have money. Let me just be real. We don't have money. Okay, we don't. A lot of the stuff that we do is on credit. You buy your house, you'll get it on a mortgage. You likely tied in for 25 to 30 years. There are only a few people that can probably pay a mortgage up front, pay for a house up front. Majority of the people will get a mortgage or something like that. Maybe something takes off for them and they're able to pay it, but that's the rare few. Most people will have to be tied into a mortgage until they're in their old age before they can finish paying it off. That's just the standard there. Even when you look at cars, you see someone flash a car, think, hey, this guy, man, Chalet, he's doing well, he's doing well. No, that is probably a lease car, or they got a loan in order to pay for it, and they are just trying to pay monthly with their salary in order to pay for it. Now, I always have to put these disclaimers in. I'm not saying that this is a general blanket, but for the most part, that is how it is. I've lived in the West for a very long time and I know how it works because I was in that same situation. Okay, we had a mortgage, we had all these bills to pay, and you're just trying to pay and make it to the end of the month. Most people will live that way, very hand to mouth, try and make it like paycheck to paycheck. That is how a lot of people live. But here in Ghana, it's not necessarily like that. The system is completely different. And that's why I feel like sometimes when people want to move to Ghana, they struggle a bit because you're trying to now work with a whole other system where a lot of the things you do is upfront. So you're going to go and rent a house. You're going to pay at least a minimum of 6 months upfront. There are now places popping up month to month, but for the most part, it's going to be at least 6 months upfront. And most of us don't have 6 months rent to give someone upfront. If we give you 6 months upfront, we're locked. We have no cash flow now. And that's what we're working with. So this whole notion of Westerners have money is not true. Okay, some people come here, and I'm getting into it, right? Okay, some people come here from the West and they like to show off like they have money, and they don't have nothing, because when they finish their holiday in here, they go back, they're going to sweat for someone in order to recuperate what they spent when they were here. And that's just the truth of it. They don't have money. They don't have money. Some of these people that have come from abroad and that Ghanaians are looking at like, wow, this person, oh, I want to have a baby with this person because they look like they're rich and I read between my lines, yeah, they want to do all that, they want to have a baby with that person, yeah, because they feel like that will give them financial stability. These people, yeah, let me tell you something, they have come from 1-bedroom council flats, and the reason that they're in Ghana is because they are owing somebody that they cannot pay, so they have run to here to try and live another lifestyle a different way. That is the majority of what has happened. Let me just say that there. I put it out there into the world. I said what I said, okay? Sorry, not sorry. I said it, yeah. So this whole notion of people from the West have money, it's simply not true. But there is that whole thing of Western privilege. Yes, there is, because there's sometimes that I do see it in effect. So perhaps if I walk into a store, I won't necessarily be followed by a security guard, because they may not think that I'm going to steal because they feel like I've got money to pay for certain things. Or maybe somebody else will be followed because they look like they don't have money, you know. And so it's like, it's a bit ridiculous in that way, because like I said, just because I'm from the West doesn't mean I can't go to the cash till to pay for something and my card be declined. Let me just say, I've been to the till before at my card and it says declined. Let's be real, it happens, right? This is real life. I've been to the till to pay for something and it says declined because I don't have enough money. We're all trying to work to put money together and to make this whole thing work. So this honorary title that you're giving people from the West, that Western privilege, yes, there is Western privilege. There definitely is that whole thing in the air here in Ghana. But it's completely unwarranted. A lot of people, like I say, do not have money. They really don't. what it is that we're living a better lifestyle for those of us that are fortunate enough to be able to earn our money outside of Ghana. So we're still working with pounds, dollars, euros, whatever currency it is. We're very fortunate that we're able to times our money by whatever number it is, as in the exchange rate at the moment. And that enables us to have a better lifestyle. But trust me, if you were to pick us back up and put us back into the West, we will struggle. We are the same equivalent as every other Ghanaian out there that is sweating to work and make ends meet. We are the same. We are just fortunate that we're working with a heavier currency, and that's what gives us an advantage. And I guess that's something that does appeal about moving to Ghana, because we're able to take advantage of that. And I guess that's the reason why a lot of people in Ghana also want to go to the West, because they feel like they also want to do the same thing. But let me just say, the West is not all that. Unless you're one of these people that is ready to work and to sweat every single day and not have any enjoyment, that's basically what the West is. Like, if you can adapt yourself to that whole lifestyle, yeah, then fine, go for it. But if you like to have enjoyment and stuff like that, the West is not where that's going to happen for you, because over there you have to work very hard. And trust me, they chase you for everything. You're driving down the road, the speed limit was 20, you went 25, ticket, they'll send it to your household. This one is not like they can't find you, oh, no one saw me, phew. That's not happening, mate. You will just end up, the camera will just flash you, blip, blip, and then they'll send the parking ticket, the speeding fine to your house. They'll put 3 points on your license. You get, how many points is it now? Is it 9 or 12? I can't remember, I've been out so long. 9 or 12 points, then they take your license away from you. If you're lucky, they'll allow you to reapply and do your driving license all over again and go through the whole process again. But it's not easy, because you get a fine, like a speeding fine, a parking fine, anything like that. If you pay it within 2 weeks, it's like £60, otherwise it's £120. Do you know how much £120 is in cities? That is, I can't remember offhand. I'll put it on the screen. But it's a lot of money. So it's like you're working with these big currencies. So when you think you're going to go to the West and do all that, it's not as easy as what it initially sounds. You're going to sweat, not to mention the cold. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. So anyway, let me just swiftly move on. But yeah, so going back to the original topic of discussion, the whole thing of Western privilege, it is definitely here in Ghana. It happens. You know, those without the melanin have the most of that. Those of us that have the melanin, we have it to an extent, but probably not as much, but it is definitely still there. It's out there in the open. But like I said before, a lot of it is unwarranted. It doesn't mean that we're rich. Trust me, it doesn't. But anyway, I can see my camera battery is about to die, so it's definitely time for me to go. Anyway, guys, I hope you have liked this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please, I would love it if you did me a favor and hit the subscribe button for me and the notification bell. And don't forget, please like this video for me so it goes out to a wider audience. Until next time, guys, I appreciate you so much. For those of you that keep watching my videos, I appreciate you so much. And for anyone that's new, thank you. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I am out. Nutu Papa.